Good afternoon and welcome to the Inspiring Inkin Facebook page. I'm Amanda Fowler. Today is Tuesday the 27th of July and this is take 2 of Craft and Chat. We were doing swimmingly. About 10 minutes in, I think I wiggled a wire and something stopped. So, welcome again if you're rejoining. I'm just going to check that I'm live in the right place. Of course, there is no certainty that I am. It does mean, of course, though, that the stragglers coming in will find us. So let's have a look. So thank you if you are rejoining. Oh, and I'll explain what's been going on. Well, good to drink my coffee. It looks like I'm all good. So I'm just going to tell everybody I've restarted on the previous one. So let's see. Okay, it looks like I'm all live and all sorted out. So let's just see where we're at. So my fatal mistake was moving a wire. Don't touch the wires. Yes, Katie, I'm back. Good afternoon, Mum and Lynn and Pam and Margaret and Joanne. Janet's here, Sue's here, working. Yeah, Lorraine's saying I'm back. Okay. Yeah, so that's a bit dodgy. So I moved it. So for those of you that weren't here a few moments ago, I moved the table because I felt that the iPad and everything was a long way away. In doing so, I knocked my coffee and nearly spilt it on my laptop. In rescuing that, I moved a wire and then the video stopped. So I'm guessing it was the wire. So we were having a lovely chat. Anne had been shopping. Sue's been to lots of different National Trust places. Everyone's liking that the weather is a little bit cooler. So has anyone else got anything else to say? I did say, actually, so that's two things that are important. For those of you watching the replay, that I said on the previous video was that thank you if you're watching the replay, because there's always a replay on Facebook, on YouTube, and on my blog, which is www.inspiringinkin.com, and you can also get email updates. So if you go there and put in your email address, then you can get email updates from me and sneaky peek pieces of information. So yeah, yesterday there was a sneaky piece of information which I'm going to share with you today. So let's see who else is here. Tess is here, Jan's here, Laura's here, Daphne's here. Okay, Daphne's having a problem with the sound. Is there anyone else having a problem with the sound? Please let me know. Pam! Pam's been swimming in the sea quite a lot. That's exciting. Yeah, I love swimming in the sea, but I like the warm sea, so not our sea. I do paddle, but I don't actually swim. Yeah, okay. So sorry, Daphne. It could just be that your Wi-Fi is just struggling with the sound and the pictures. Sometimes that happens. Yeah, sound is good today. Okay, so I am not surprised that that video got interrupted. Firstly, because I was chattering on about technology and the fact that it's not always my friend. So of course it's going to break. But secondly, because of what happened this morning. So, so Brian and I were taking some post to the post office, and because obviously I do a lot of post, we bag it up into sacks and we take it to the sorting office. And sometimes I go on my own, and sometimes Brian comes with me. Depends on how many sacks I've got to carry around. And he came with me this morning. And as I was loading the stuff into the car, I was messing around with my shorts. Now, you can't see, obviously, but I've got a pair of denim shorts on, sort of Bermuda length shorts, and they're really comfy. They're kind of stretchy, and they don't have like a button. They're elastic, which, you know, COVID weight and all of that is a really good thing. And I was really fidgety and really uncomfortable. What's going on? And he just looked at me. And I looked down and I've got my shorts on backwards. It's no wonder they didn't. It's no wonder they were not comfortable. Can't even get myself dressed properly. I mean, what is the world coming to today? So, yeah, I'm not really surprised that the video and stuff wasn't working properly. That's just silly. So I don't know, does anyone else have days like that where, you know, things are a bit ridiculous? Bless him. My husband does have to put up with a lot, but he was rolling his eyes a bit this morning. It's good. How can you do that? I just grabbed them, I just threw them on. I really obviously wasn't paying any attention this morning. Oh dear. Okay. So, so hopefully that'll give you a bit of a giggle today, checking that I've actually got my trousers on the right way. Katie says her whole life is like that, and Donna says always. Yeah, exactly. So should you feel the need to share any silly stories with us, we're a very friendly group. And we're very happy to have a giggle, because you know what? We all need a giggle. Jan saying she has days like that. Sue saying she's glad that she's not the only one. Yeah, I think we're just in good company. We are in good company. Okay, so I've got quite a few things to tell you. So the first thing is the patterned paper sale is ongoing until the end of the month, which today's the 27th. I'm going to count my fingers. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday it'll end, 31st. So 15% off most of the patterned papers in the catalogue. So make sure if you want some patterned papers, you get them this week. You've got the same amount of time to book your place on the August craft along. So either place a £40 order, €45 order before the end of July and use my host code, or purchase your kit. All of the links are on my website. If you've forgotten them, if you need them, just ping me an email and I'll send you a direct link. But you should find it at the bottom of every blog post and every email anyway. So that's those two things. For those of you that are doing July's craft along, it's tonight. As probably another reason why, you know, life is going crazy today, because this is my week of doing 4 lives, 3 today and 1 on Thursday. For my team. That's my team one on Thursday. So yeah. So craft along tonight, 7 o'clock. It's not here. It's in the Inspiring Inking Crafting Corner group. If you need to join that, make sure you do that this afternoon so that I can approve you. Once we go live, I don't see any notifications. So do please apply to join now. Now, the Inspiring Inking Crafting Corner is a Facebook group that is open to everybody, and we share all crafts. So not just paper craft, not just rubber stamping, and not just stamping up stuff. It is all crafts, all different sorts of things. So if you're a needle person or a knitter or a crocheter or a baker, you are all welcome. Painters, macrame, whatever. Everybody's welcome, and we love to see the stuff that you make. So do come and join us there, and it's worldwide as well. So wherever you are in the world, come over and hang out with us there. And every month in that group, I teach my craft along class. So those are things about the end of July. Next Tuesday, so a week today, is the launch of what is confusingly called the July to December mini catalogue. In Amanda's world, we will refer to it as the autumn winter catalogue because that's what it is. And it's too confusing to me to go July to December when it doesn't start till August. But it's the autumn winter catalogue. It starts on Tuesday. Now, all the catalogues have gone in the post. So if you have purchased from me or attended any of my classes in the past year, you will have a catalogue on its way to you. So it will be with you before Tuesday, so you can make your wish list. In it is a letter and information about online classes and in-person classes, and we'll talk more about those over the next few days on my blog. So check it all out, have a look, and you don't get upset when you can't order until Tuesday, because it's not going live till Tuesday. Also in that envelope is the Celebration catalogue, because that starts as well on Tuesday. So make sure your orders are in multiples of £45 or €60. And I'll keep reminding you of that so that you get the most goodies that you can. And if your wish list is more than £100, and I'm fairly sure that most of yours will be over £100, then consider joining my team and becoming an Inspiring Inky, and getting £99 getting £130 worth of products, plus one of the new bundles in the new catalogue, which can be up to about £50 additional product. So it's awesome. It's an awesome time to join, and you get to hang out with me not only here, lots of my team hang out with me here, but you also get to hang out with me in the team page as well. So, you know, and I'm all about maximizing your value. So do consider it. All the information is in the letter. But if you want to talk to me about it, send me an email, and we can have a chat. Okay, so that's kind of what is happening on Tuesday. So today I'm going to tell you about a class that I have been working on for months. Working out how it was going to work and what we were going to do. And then I had to wait for all of the new products to come and make sure that I was kind of sure exactly what I wanted to do. And I am going to be running an Inspiring Inking Christmas retreat, and it's going to be online, which means anyone around the world can join in. I'm very excited about that. So I'll tell you a little bit about what it is and what we're doing. And I will be putting more information in the blog post, and there'll be clickable links and things, so you can kind of look at that. And for those of you who are in the UK and in Europe, you will have a copy of the information in your catalogue envelope anyway. So the Inspiring Inking Christmas retreat is going to happen on the 9th of October. It's a Saturday, and I am going to have 3 classes. So there is a stamp a stack of 20 cards, Christmas cards. So that's 5 designs, and you're going to make 4 each of 5 different cards. We're going to have some special Christmas cards. That's another class. And then gift bags and tags, which is another class. All of the classes will be pre-recorded. There will be PDFs that will have all of the cutting measurements on. Not a tutorial on the PDFs, just the cutting measurements, because obviously you've got the videos for the tutorial. And during the day, we will have 3 Zoom calls as well. So during the Zoom calls, I'm going to be talking about all the projects. I'm going to be answering your questions, helping you with any issues or problems. You're going to get to hang out with a wonderful group of people, and we're going to have a lovely time. So that is the retreat. It's £99, and you get a £75 goodie box. It's not a bag, it's a box with all sorts of products, including 2 stamp sets. I've been showing you some of the things that you're going to be getting, only you didn't know that you will be getting them. And I've got some more to show you today. But when I was making it, I was thinking, you know, what is the best bit about Christmas? And one of the best things about Christmas is Christmas Eve. So I added a Christmas Eve event, and it's going to be a Christmas retreat Eve event, and that's going to take place on the Friday evening between 7 and 9, and that's going to be on Zoom as well. And we're just going to have some fun and get ourselves into the Christmas spirit. So all of the details will be going up onto my blog tomorrow, and a full email will be going out with all of the details on it as well. But if you've got any questions, do let me know. For my international friends, the cost is £25, and when you pay, it will convert it for you. And you will get the same access to all of the classes and the Zooms and so on, but you won't get any actual products, because Stamping Up rules basically say that I cannot send you anything. So I've done it that way. But what I will do is I will give you a really comprehensive list of everything that will be in the goodie box, so that if you're a demonstrator, you can purchase the products yourself. Or if you have a demonstrator in a different country, you can place an order with them to get the things that you need. So I am really excited. Oh, and just to say, if you are somebody who is overseas and you need a demonstrator, I am so blessed to have lots of international demonstrator friends. So if you are looking for a demonstrator in a certain country, let me know and I will put you in contact with some awesome demonstrators. Okay, so Roz saying that sounds great. I'm so excited, Roz. So excited. Yeah, it's been a while in the planning. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to show you the 2 stamp sets that are included in the retreat and the second set of paper. Now, I've been showing you the penguin paper over the last few weeks. You're going to get some of that in your kit, but you're also going to be getting a different paper, and it is so stunning. Yeah, so I'm going to show you the paper first. So let me flip this camera around. Pat's saying that she's lost me. Am I okay for everyone else? Let me know. Let me know. All right. Okay. Let me know. So I'm going to have to try and remember what this is called, and I don't have the new catalogue here with me. I want to say it's called Peaceful Place, but it's stunning. So the colours in this are grey and silver and black, and I don't know about you, but I thought grey, silver and black, that's really, you know, not so Christmas. But honestly, this is so amazing. So you've got this, which has got little trees. And look at that. Yep, yep. So wood grain with silver. We've got snowflakes. And again, it's got silver foiling on it. And some gingham. We always love gingham. Now this paper is amazing. So it's actually cut into 4 6x6 panels. So if I can kind of, let me do that so you can see. That's like a panel. Peaceful Place. Thank you. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Michelle. And that's got foiling on it as well. And these lovely little squiggly trees. Look at that. It's so cool. And it's got little diamonds on it. And again, that's silver foiling. And you've got all these little cottages. And then this again is stunning. So, you know, we're going to cut it in half and you're going to get 2 lots. That's just super cool. And then you've just got kind of a plain background, which is really awesome. Now, as well as that, so you're going to get half a pack of that paper. This is my favorite ribbon, and you're getting a whole reel of this ribbon in your kit. It's called Glittered Organdy ribbon, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to see the sparkle on this. It is so pretty. That's a 9-meter spool. You're also getting some sequins. And again, these are greys and silvers. Really, really pretty. So you're getting a whole pot of sequins as well. As well as all of the papers and the ribbon and the stamp sets that I'll show you in a second. You're also going to get all of the cards and the envelopes and the die cuts and the punched out pieces. It's a mountain. It really is a mountain, because you know you are making a lot of cards, so there's a lot of product. So yeah, it's very exciting. So this is one stamp set that you are getting, which you have seen quite a bit already. So Penguin Place, And this is not just for Christmas. There is a happy birthday here. And there is presents and balloons. So don't think this is just a Christmas set. And then this is the stamp set that you haven't seen yet that's also included. And I adore this. It has some beautiful sentiments in it. It's called Merriest Moments. You've got a lovely season's greetings, which I think is always a great Christmas greeting. Together is the merriest place to be. Thinking of you this festive season and a joyful Christmas to you and yours. Who doesn't need some more joy in their world? And then we've got 2 sprigs, 3 holly leaves, 2 poinsettias, and another kind of twiggy, spriggy branch as well. And then some little, I call them kind of little splatty bits. The little X's and dots, just to, it's like a little backgroundy stamp. And then obviously you've got the berries for the holly, and then that is the centers for the poinsettias. Beautiful set, fantastic Christmas set. And I'm really, really excited to have all of these. So you will have all of the stamps that you need. The only things that you need to provide are your inks and obviously blocks to put your stamps on, but your inks and your blocks and your glue. I will issue you with a list of all the inks that I'm using. And there'll be options to add things on if you want to, and so on. So basically, in order to book a place, I'm taking deposits for the retreat. It's a Stamping Up rule. Because I'm including stamp sets, I can't take the payment all at once. I have to invoice you separately because it includes stamps and full packs of things like sequins and so on. So I will invoice you, and then you can get a list of all of the other information, and the balance needs to be paid by the 10th of September. So you've got some time. So I am super excited about that. I hope you are too. I've already had quite a few bookings, which is I'm thrilled about, and I've had a few questions as well. So one of the questions has been about I can't attend actually on the day, so you know, can I still take the class? Absolutely, you can. What I will do is I will record the Zoom calls, and all of the classes will be pre-recorded anyway. So although you won't be able to interact with the Zooms, you will be able to see the things that I am showcasing in the Zooms. So I haven't yet decided whether or not we're going to actually record the chat, because you know, we'll see. But certainly any of the content that I provide, you will get access to that too. Roz, of course. I'll be putting a link out. So, but if you go to my Bookwhen website, which you find at the bottom of my emails, it's there. Yes, Sue. Yeah. So absolutely. So you can do it all after the event. That's not a problem. So, but that's up to you. And I know for some people, they'll only want to do it if they can do it live, and that's fine. But it's up to you. And the reason that I chose to do it as pre-recorded videos is so that you can pause me. So you can pause me as we go. So yeah, so that's why I've done it that way. Okay, right. So today there is going to be some crafting. Because craft and chat. Done plenty of chatting. Let's do some crafting. Today I'm going to showcase these soft pastels assortment. They are a new product that snuck into the catalogue and lots of people missed them. But lots of people also said, Amanda, can you please tell us what we're supposed to be doing with these things? So that is why I'm going to talk about them today. So they are £8.25 on page 126 in the catalogue. So let me just pop that over there. So, let's open them up. Okay, so this is how they come to you. They're in foam and they are a block. Now, they're fairly, can you hear that? They're fairly sturdy. They don't shed. Obviously, if you're touching them, you're going to get chalks on you. The chalks on you, but they are fairly sturdy. Now, they've got more pigment, or they've got a lot of pigment in them and binding agent. So there's a lot of colour in them and they kind of hold steady. So yeah, they are really super cool. Now I'll tell you what colours there are, because the colours go with the Stampin' Up colours. So let me turn them around this way. So you've got Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Gorgeous Grape, Guarani Apple Green, Mango Melody, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy and Poppy Parade. Now bizarrely, this one, Night of Navy, does not look like the normal Night of Navy cardstock. Look, it's much brighter. That's a good thing actually, because you can see it better, but it's really cool. Okay, so that's good. Roz, she says the pastels are on her wish list. Okay, so in order to use the pastels, I recommend you have a few tools. These are the first one. Q-tips, cotton buds. You can use the aqua painters or the water brushes with them. It gives a very soft effect. This isn't my favorite technique, but it works. Sponge daubers work amazingly well. And using Versamark ink works really well as well. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to show you a few different techniques and explain as we go. So what I'm actually going to do first is bring in a piece of black cardstock. And what I've done is I've pre-prepared these the colours, same order as here. And what I've done is with the first piece here, I've just taken the pastel and just squiggled it, technical term, squiggled it here on the card. Then I've used the water painter and then I've used the blender pen. So that was the other thing that I didn't show you. So they also work with the blender pens. Now, I think it's really important that you see these on black card, because it's actually quite difficult to get colour to stick on black. But this works, these work really, really well. So I'll bring this back in a minute and show you. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with is just get a piece of cardstock and just get one of the pastels and just show you how easy it is just to put some colour down. Now you'll be able to see, I'll bring it right up to the camera, you'll be able to see that there's dusty bits. Now, I tend to just blow them off the cardstock. It's not actually, you shouldn't really do that because it goes everywhere. But obviously you can choose how you get rid of those. But I'm just going to use a cotton bud just to show you that you can just blend that out so it's much softer. You can also just use the cotton bud, rub it over the top. You can see there, rub it over the top of the pastel and just colour in like that. Now you'll be able to see in a second, ooh, hopefully. So this Mango Melody is a bit softer in colour and you've got more depth of colour here. Okay, so let's start out with a stamped image. Yep. And this, you're going to ask me, these trees are from Beauty of Friendship. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of colour down. So I'm just putting a little bit of green down for the ground. And you can lay two colours, one on top of the other. That works really well. And then I'm going to start with some daffodil and some mango. And then some Poppy Parade, and go right up to the top with a bit of Gorgeous Grape. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use one of the sponge daubers and I'm going to blend all of the colours together. And basically what it does is it softens out the harsh lines. The lines are still there, but basically it softens it out. And then I'm just going to do the grass as well. And it just gives you this lovely, lovely effect. Really quickly and easily able to get colour down. Just straight from using the pastels. So that's the first thing. The next, it's all right, I'm rummaging. I'm rummaging in my. Oh, that's going to be exciting. Right, hang on. I need a piece of paper. And my trimmer. Oh, yeah, so that's there. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to show you the next technique. Let's go there. So that's basically what I've just shown you is director paper. Move that out of the way. And then I'm going to use Colour and Contour, which we love this set. Judith's saying that she likes these. Good. Good, good, good. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp all over. Roz is asking if you need to set them so they don't rub off on the card. In my experience, Roz, no. Some pastels you need to use like a hairspray and things. But once you've kind of blended it in, if I rub that now, it's not coming off. Obviously, so you need your initial blend, but then this should be fine. Should be absolutely fine. So your next way of colouring in is using a blender pen. Now, blender pens come 3 in a pack. They have a magical chemical in them, which is glycerin in actual fact. And glycerin is sticky, and it's what helps the ink, or in this case the pastels, blend and move. So all I'm going to do is take the blender pen onto the pastel, and you can see I've got the colour, and I can just colour in using the pastels with the blender pen. And because it's a blender pen, obviously you get different tones depending on how much of the pastel you've picked up. So you can kind of go direct. You can use the pastel direct into that shape, and then kind of spread it about. And this way you'll get a little bit more colour. Again, I'll bring that up so you can see. So there's very little difference between the two of them. I find that going this way is just a bit quicker. And I like my speedy crafting. And it's great with this kind of image because it doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah. And then a little bit of Mango Melody. So with a blender pen, just squiggle it until it's clear. And then you can just do your lovely centers. Now, in the same way that you can use the blender pen, you can use your water brush. Yes, Lorraine, the blender pens, these blender pens will work with our watercolor pencils. Yes. And they also work with ink pads as well. Have you, Lorraine, have you not seen these working with ink pads? I've got a video on my YouTube channel. If you put in inspiring inking and then blender pens, you'll see I've got a video or two. Right, so let's have a look. So I'm just got my water brush wet, and again I'm picking up the colour and I can paint with these pastels. It does need to be a little bit wet, so just make sure that your brush kind of doesn't dry out. And then I'll do exactly the same technique as I did with the blender pen. So I'm just laying down the colour. And doing exactly the same. Now this will give you a softer look than the blender pens because it moves the pastel around a bit more. It's just because it's wetter. So let me just bring it up. So the two here, this one and this one, so the ones without the yellow centers are the water painters, and the ones with the yellow centers are the aqua painters, the blender pens. There's not a huge difference, but with all these things, it's kind of it's what you prefer, isn't it? So I am very quickly just going to finish off these flowers because although I'm not actually going to make a card live today because I'm just showing you the techniques, I will need to have this so I can make a card. So I've got something to put on my YouTube thumbnail. So we will just finish this off. And you can see how quickly the colour just blends out. And if you don't have an aqua painter like this, or a water painter, I think we're calling them now, if you don't have one, you can use like a paintbrush and a pot of water. But as you know from watching any of my crafting videos, I'm messy, and almost invariably I end up spilling something, and I do not trust myself with a pot of water on my desk. Now, one more thing, if you happen to have these water painters from the new Stampin' Up! Catalogue, be aware that the nibs unscrew the wrong way. So my father was an engineer, my husband's an engineer. I've been brought up with, you have righty-tighty, so right, you turn things or clockwise or with your right, turn them around to the right to tighten them up, and lefty-loosey to undo things. Well, these have their tops the wrong way round, so you have to turn it clockwise to get it off, and anti-clockwise to tighten it up, which is very confusing. And there you go. Right, so look, how quick was that? So that's using either the blender pen or the aqua painter. Now, ooh, my grid paper's on the floor. Let's get another piece of grid paper because it's messy. Now, I'm going to stamp these flowers again. I'm not going to stamp quite as many this time. Have to have an odd number though. And then we're going to get this piece, which is the like infill. And we're going to use the Versamark ink. Now, Versamark is a super cool ink. It should, I don't think I've even got a tiny spot that can tell you what colour it should be. It should be vanilla and really kind of clean. Mine is never clean. Mine always looks like this. It attracts dust. And this has got pastel dust and so on it. But if you are doing any heat embossing, this is the ink that you need. It's in the Stampin' Up! Catalogue. It's got glycerin in it and it's very, very sticky. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp over these flowers. Let me just see if I can get them ish. And the brilliant thing about this is it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm just going to pop those on there for a minute, but I'm going to show you the technique first on a piece of dark card because it's kind of easier for you to see. So hopefully if I tilt that now, yeah, there you go. You can see the Versamark ink. Now this is a technique that used to call popping pastels. And what you do is you pounce the pastel into the Versamark ink. Now, the easiest way to do that, is to just use either a craft knife or the edge of your scissors, which is what I'm doing, and just get a little bit of the pastel on a bit of spare card or a silicone mat. Get your sponge dauber and pad over the top so you're picking it up, and then you pounce that onto the image. And I've chosen the wrong colour. Can you believe it? Okay, hang on. I've chosen the red and you can't see it. It's just not quite dark enough. So where's the image? Let's do that again. So pick it up with your sponge dauber. There you go. And then pounce it over the top. And it appears like magic. Now this is a really good stamp because it's got kind of texture already in the stamp. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over these ones now to show you. And depending on how much pastel you've actually got here on your card will depend on how dark it is. And of course what you can do is you can mix them as well. So you can kind of blend the two colours together. And just kind of go all the way around the edges. And then we'll do some more mango on its own. You can see kind of the colour difference there, look. And then we'll mix them up together again for this one here. So, I don't know whether I said, but we did have chalks in the catalogue a long time ago, and they're often really crumbly, and they kind of fell apart. But these, because there's so much more pigment in them, they're so much easier to work with. And so let's just do this final one. We're going to go really dark this time. So we're ending up with 5 different shades, even though we've actually only got 3 colours here. Right. Right, there you go. So look at that, isn't that pretty? All those different kind of shades. So all I've done is I've stamped the outline in Memento Black because I'm using photopolymer stamps. Always go with Memento. And then I've used the Versamark ink and the sponge dauber with the pastels. So that's those. Let me see what else is on my list. So let me just show you one more thing. So I did say, because that wasn't showing up properly, you can see it just, but it's not showing up properly. It does work on black card. So there, I'm hoping, is the camera picking that up? That's yellow. Ignore the fact that I've splattered my embossing powder, and the blue's there. So let me just show you how I got that. So this here is exactly the same outline stamp. I've stamped in Versamark, and then I have embossed. I've used white embossing powder. So let's see if it's going to work. With this Bermuda Bay. So what I'm doing is I'm just laying down the colour. So when you're working on black, you are going to need to make sure that you put plenty of pigment down. So you're putting plenty of the pastel down. And then I'm just using the water painter to pull that through. And then let's see if we can get the poppy on there as well. I might even go with a green flower in a minute. And then, yeah, let's just, because we can, because I need these to dry a little bit anyway. Let's have a green flower. There are some green flowers, aren't there? Trying to think of one, but I'm sure there are. There we go. Okay, so let me just bring this up. So you can see that Coastal Cabana is really, really vibrant. The poppy, not so much, but it's still a bit wet. And again, the green, not so much. This is Night of Navy, so that works really well. And that one there is the daffodil. So that works really, really well as well. Okay, so lots of different techniques. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these away. I do recommend you keep them in their little tray, in their little foam, basically because if they knock together, they will break. So you don't want that to happen. And make sure when you put your lid back on, you put it the right way up. Because when I opened this, I don't know whether you noticed, but it was upside down and they would have fallen out, which would not have been good. So let me bring in all of the different bits so you can see. And let me know if you want me to go over anything that I've shown. Right, look at the state of my hands. Right, so this is obviously the thing that I did first, which is like it's a colour chart. So you've got the top row is just direct to cardstock. Then I've used the water painter. And then I've used the blender pen. And starting from this end, this is where we started. So here I went direct to paper. So I just squiggly wiggled over and just softly blended. So you've got some lines and some texture, but they've blended a little bit as well. You've got this one, and here I used both the blender pen and the water painter in order to colour the daisies. Here I've used the popping pastels technique. So I've stamped the flower inside flower image with Versamark ink and then pounced the pastel powder into it and got these lovely shades where I've sort of blended some colours as well. And then finally this one I've stamped and embossed with white embossing powder, and then I've used the pastels direct onto the card and blended them out with the water painter. And obviously you can see how well it works on dark card. And that for me is one of the most important things whenever I'm crafting, is, you know, can I use this in multiple ways? Is it like a one and done? You know, is there only one way to use this? And with these pastels, there isn't. There's so many different ways, and you can get so many different effects just by playing around with them. And the fact that there is enough pigment in them to work on black card is a huge bonus as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so let's have a look at the comments. Do let me know if you've got any questions, if you want me to kind of explain anything else. Let's have a look. Lots of good definition, some of the comments. Gillian's arrived. Thunder and lightning is horrific. Oh no, Gillian. Lorraine's loving the technique. And Judith's loving the white on the black. Thank you, Jan. Anne's loving the blue daisies. Ros saying she's going to send me an order later. She loves the pastels. Okay, Ros. I can send you a link then for the retreat. So let me know about that. Sue's saying that it's very effective and it's not something that she's ever used. Yeah, Pat, that's brilliant. She loves the fact that they can just go on the front of a card with a greeting as they stand out on their own right. Absolutely. It's just such an easy card to do because you can just put a greeting on and you'll be done. Jan's loving the blue daisies as well. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Tessa. Thank you, Susan. Fantastic. Okay, so I will be seeing lots of you tonight at the July Craft Along. I'll be live in the Inspiring Inkin Crafting Corner at 7 p.m, so I hope you can join me then. All of the products that you've seen today are available in my online store. If you go to www.inspiringinkin.com and click on the shop link, you will be taken to my online store. You can place your orders by emailing me or calling me as well, if that's what you prefer. And you should have clickable links everywhere. So whether you're watching this live or on the replay, Facebook, YouTube, on my blog, you should be able to find clickable links for the products, and that'll take you straight to the store. As always, if you've got any questions or any products that you've got that you don't know how to use, or techniques that you would love to see, then drop me an email, let me know, and I'll see if I can include it in one of my crafting chats. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come and hang out with me and all our crafting family. And I hope you have a great week, and I will see you back here live at 2 o'clock next Tuesday. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.